I'll sort of walk in. So here we have it. My pride and joy, my baby. Higher up in my pecking order than my children. My 2019 Yamaha MT10, affectionately known as the X Edition. Slightly modified, I'd say, mate. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, just
yeah. Well, you know, aluminium tax disc holder and, you know, the usual stuff you'd put on. Upgraded horn, yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to go front to back, and I'll explain everything we've done to it. So, start with the front. Pirelli Diablo Rosso 5 Corsa tyres, shod on Dimag CA5 carbon wheels. Honestly, if I was to start this all over again, one of the best mods you can ever do, lightweight wheels. They were an absolute game changer when we put them on the bike. Doesn't help the fact that this struggles to keep its front end down under power anyway, but for sheer turning and just pound for pound performance mod, cannot be beat.
You not wince when you see a pothole?
I wince when I see rain, let alone a pothole, mate. Okay, forks. Got the forks upgraded by MS Racing here in Teesside, McShanley. You've seen him on our other videos. He helped set Michael's bike up. They are running Maxton GP30 full race cartridges. I had the stanchions titanium nitrided, extra stiction, and because they look nice. Carbon front mudguard, and then we have the Hell V2 calipers, EBC Pro Light brake discs, titanium spindle bolts, and titanium nuts on there. Brake lines are Hell. I got a full package from Craig Tech. We got the RCS Corsa Quarter master cylinder, matching TWM from brake lever, clutch lever to go with the brake lever. Rest of the mods on the front end are pretty much all the parts on the front nose cone are stock, other than they're all carbon and painted. XSR Yamaha XSR 900 black bars. They're ergonomically exactly the same as the MT10s. But when I weighed up the cost of getting a set of bars over getting them stripped and painted, it was pretty much the same price. So you've got that factory finish. We've got a set of, pardon me, sorry. We've got a set of Oxford wing mirrors. They're great. They're just wing mirrors, you know. If anything, I'm quite a broad guy. I still struggle with my hand in here, but it is what it is. Moving across the bike, as you can see, everything is carbon. Genuine carbon, not Timu carbon. Don't do it, all right? Just don't do it, okay? So we got it from about 5 different places. We got it from the Carbon King, from Phil. We got this from a company called TWM in Thailand. I got some parts from Century Carbon, a guy called James, fantastic guy. And then we got some bits from F&F Carbon in Germany. Again, when I built this a couple of years back, the carbon on the market was a bit hit and miss. There was a lot of places doing bits, but not anyone that did a whole package. It's changed a lot now. So if you were to do this again and you had no sense and a lot of cash, then yeah, you can probably get it all from like the likes of F&F or Redline. One of the biggest mods that we obviously done to the bike, as you can probably see, is the tail unit. Now, what I will say is this. Yes, R1 tail conversions have been done. No, I am not the only one. I would probably put myself in one of the first 10 in the UK to get it done. But there's a little bit of difference with this subframe to the standard ones. Now, most of the bikes that will get this done, or have had this done, use a standard magnesium R1 subframe. When that happens, this is a stock R1 seat. And what happens is, because of the geometry of a standard R1 tank being longer and flatter, this seat unit would sit normally 40 mil further back. There'd be a 40 mil gap here. And there's people on the market now making 3D inserts and that to fill that out. This subframe is one of 2 that was built by a very talented guy called Rolf Bidstrup. He doesn't make any more. I was extremely lucky to get it. And I paid pretty much the price of what you could pick up a good Honda 600 Fireblade these days. A CBR 600 of a mid-90s, early 2000s. It was a chunk of cash. But I love it because it actually suits the geometry of the bike. It doesn't look overextended. Coupled with that, Acorn Upholstery, based in Barnard Castle. I'm not sure, but they did me a custom Alcantara and 4 carbon leather seat. As you see, all the panels are carbon. All the panels are carbon. These bits got painted, which is actually worse than buying carbon. Painting it is worse than buying it, because you spend all that money to buy it for the weight, and then you cover it in green paint. Under tray, everything, smoked rear tail unit. Number plate is carbon. Yes, I said that right. It's actually a sheet of carbon. It's 1.2 millimeters thick.
Street legal.
Street legal. Police love it. With a decal overlay. Oxford bullet indicators. And
Which, if you've got eyes like me, are absolutely useless.
they're actually quite bright though, aren't they?
In night time.
At night time, but we never ride at night. And then again, obviously, a plethora of carbon accessories, frame guards, engine guards, shields, covers. Full Akrapovic titanium system, which is the R1 titanium headers, Acra mid pipe, Acra can. I have tried Austin Racing, I've tried Race Fit, we have tried every other can under the sun. They're obnoxiously loud, and don't get me wrong, when you're away with the boys for a weekend and you don't live there, they're awesome. But for pound for general road riding, everything like that, I think that's the best setup, bar none. Rear brake setup.
It looks nice with the blue, doesn't it?
Yeah. Once it starts colouring up the titanium, as long as you keep it clean, it's awesome. Rear sets, completely stock. I just stripped them, got them Cerakoted. Me, I'm a big guy. I don't need to be super crouched and pinned up. I bought this bike because ergonomically it's perfect for me. I feel comfortable. I can ride it comfortably and go fast. Don't need to change them. You can put R1 rear sets on to bring them higher up. I didn't need them. Okay. Rear brake setup. Obviously, Brembo reservoirs, top and bottom. Standard rear master cylinder because it's the rear. Then it's got a Hell braided brake line, underslung caliper kit using Hell's P2 caliper. I think it's their P2 variant caliper. Again, on the back, rear, CA5 Dimag rear wheel, full carbon. Stock rear brake disc. Again, didn't see the point in spending money on a brake disc that's probably about 4 grams lighter. And then obviously it's got a full talon and rental chain setup. One of the things that I did do on this that not a lot of people notice instantly, but you probably would if you put it up against another bike, is we stripped this bike basically down to the chassis and the motor. Everything else was took off it. The front and rear assemblies were all stripped off. And when we did that, it allowed me to take all the parts off there that are standard silver parts from Yamaha. There's about 35, 36 parts from oil cooler lines, oil cooler, radiator, rear sets, suspension linkage brackets, pipe connections, brackets within the headstock assembly. I got them all coated by a local company to us in black. And I think that does elevate the quality of the bike. It takes all that sort of cheap production, where the costs of where they try and save that money, the yokes, everything like that, have all been done black. So it does really tie the theme of the bike in. The colour. So colour was a bit of a strong one. It was a difficult choice when I first built the bike, because I wanted something that was going to offset well against the carbon fibre. And originally the bike was blue. I've got pictures, I'll see if we can throw one in, of the bike when we first done the tail conversion. I did it all in blue. Looked great, but it's standard Yamaha blue. People lost sight of the bike's changes because of the colour. So I found this colour. It's actually an Alfa Romeo. I think it's the Quattro Figlio. It's their green. Yeah, it's got a name. It's got a name. It's not. I think it's Monterey green. It's not the BMW colour that's very similar, but it does, honestly. When it's in the sunlight like today, it absolutely pops. My wife picked the final shade. She's got a better eye for detail than me. Custom decals by James at Century Carbon, so big shout out to James for them. From there, obviously the usual bits. TWM quick change, fuel cap, few bits and pieces across the bike, bracketry, and then once all that was done, that was pretty much how it stayed for about a year and a half, till I had the opportunity to tie in with Phil Seaton. So a lot of you guys who are watching this, if you own a Yamaha, if you own an MT10 or an R1, will know Phil Seaton of Seaton Tuning is. Fantastic guy. Me and my cousin Ollie went down there for a day and he worked his magic on it. So this has got what he affectionately calls his MT10 power-up kit. The bike, when I first bought it, was running a Jordan Bikes base map. It was great for what it was, but with the bike taking this much of a change.
What is the stock power on them?
So again, it's different, but I think most people with a flash tune and a decent system with a DCAT are around the 148, 150 mark. Right. You know what I mean? It's good power. I think the 144 is standard. So I'm sure someone in the comments will put me all the factory specs up.
So the Hornet's got you on that, yeah?
But the Hornet had me on that, yeah. Linear power. This will probably make about 10 foot-pound more torque than that. We took it down to Phil. Phil worked his magic. He done airbox mods, fuel pump mods. He the rotating mass in the flywheel was reduced. He put his latest gen mapping on, up-down blip shift, assist with Woolwich Racing, and she's making 167 at the rear tyre now. And believe me, you can tell. You can tell the difference. But not only that, I know that's the end quote, and everyone goes, "Oh, it's got 167 for the pub bragging rights," but it's transition like through the gears and from idle, low speed cruising. These are generally really snatchy. It's gone, all gone. It's super smooth, really easy on transient throttle where you're just cruising through town, upsetting everyone. Makes absolute bloody racket now. The pops and bangs, the AIS is still enabled, so pops and bangs like nobody's business. And I would put this up there without being big-headed, and you can tell me in the comments if you don't agree. I reckon this is one of the best full package built MT10s in the UK. I was lucky enough last September to take it to the Worship Motorcycle Show. It lost out. It got pipped to the post by an amazing Ducati that was built. It was a total one-off frame built job. It just got pipped to the post for the People's Choice Awards, which for me was fantastic. You know what I mean? Yeah, Michael's been telling me since I built it, you should do more bike shows and that. But I built it for me, and I didn't build it to go traipsing around in car parks and sit there and wipe it down all the time. It gets a lot of attention where it goes, which I'm eternally grateful for from all the people who've given positive comments. And I'm sticking my neck out there. So if you think you've got a better MT10 in the UK than this, Michael's email's in the comments. Drop us an email, and maybe we'll come and find you and do a video on your bike. Till next time, thank you for watching. On behalf of me and Michael, as we said, we really appreciate all the support the channel's had. It's been a long time in the making for this video and the catch-up. And we really hope that moving forward, you're going to see a lot more videos and content. The question you might ask yourself is, what does a man that has a bike like this do next? And that's going to be coming in the next video. So you'll see all together from what's coming up, what we've got in store. But we've got loads more bikes, loads more projects, some more content. Got some things based around Teesside and our area. Trying to highlight the local bike scene. We're going to jump on that next. But again, from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you very much. If you're finding this because of the clickbait title that I put on it, or because you've liked the bike, or you've got any questions, please drop us a comment, subscribe. We're not in this for monetization or thousands of millions of fans, but it does show that it's worth us doing this and taking time away from our families if you're enjoying it. So please, we hope to see you on the next video. I'll leave you with this. My name's Beefy. The other guy behind the camera is Michael. And if you're enjoying it, give us a thumbs up and let us know. See you soon.